to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines. Selah. Hello and welcome, beloveds, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life truly on your own terms. Really want to thank everybody that supports the channel by subscribing, by liking, by sharing. Go ahead and make sure that you do that. And thanks to every single person that supports us on our spiritual Patreon family. We do share books and more information on there. It's kind of like an intimate family situation. So definitely go ahead and consider joining for as little as $2 a month. And speaking of Patreon, we have started a special community called Karibu Nyumbani, which basically means welcome home in Kiswahili, where we will be sharing our first-hand expertise, knowledge in kind of repatriating back to Africa, and where we can, we'll be sharing contacts, etc., etc. We've already started releasing some videos on there. We've also started a YouTube with the same name. We will be slowly releasing videos on there as well for just our wider audience. But if you want a one-on-one kind of situation, definitely consider joining our Patreon. I think it's really important, beloveds, as we continue, the lid has been blown off all the lies, and it's just like we are in the era where nothing is being hidden anymore and everything is coming to light. Because one thing we have to recognize is that this world is run by secrets. And those who have the secrets have the power. And so if you're not privy to the secrets, if you don't know the secrets even exist, you will be perpetually manipulated and deceived, and you'll always be lower vibrational. Because I keep saying, with spiritual beings having a human experience, everything happens on the spiritual level first. But so much has been done. Many people like to call it to dumb us down. And what that dumbing down actually means is so much has been done to kind of remove us from our spiritual reality and box us in this kind of hamster wheel physical reality where we're just being kept busy with busy work, with entertainment, distractions, this happening, that happening, the ignorance of those our peers, our family members, etc., etc. And so we find ourselves in this situation where we're not even spiritual anymore. And so those people who understand the basic principles of how this world works are literally, the wolves running the sheep, beloveds. Because the sheeple have been lied to for so long. And it's not even just that they've been lied to, but they've been made to hate the truth and to hate truth tellers. Because if you get that the world is mental, then you'll understand how you've left your mind open to manipulation that you're not even aware of. And the thing is, not only is the world spiritual first, but there's a subconscious mind, our spirit man, with all the thoughts that is operating in the background. And they have done a lot to put a lot of programming, and I know I keep talking about this, to program you from when you're birth. Because I think between the age of 0 and 7, you just absorb a lot of information, monkey see, monkey do kind of thing. You absorb a lot of information without it, it just penetrates into your subconscious mind without you even being able to have any kind of filter. The filter is developed later, and we really mimic our parents. That's why you're seeing with the great pandemic, the main thing has been to get the parents to obey, and then the children will mimic the parents and they'll obey for the rest of their lives. And it's always been like the regime is never targeting the current generation. They're always targeting the next generation. And I think if we'd overstood that as a melanated people, we would never have celebrated independence so quickly. because there was nothing, there was no independence that happened because they got our children, but we didn't even know our children were the target. But that's a video maybe I'll do later because it's so important for us to understand, the kind of war that is happening and that is being waged against our children, and the responsibility that we have as their guardians. And they've already come in with a lot of spiritual power, but it's just us to kind of create that safe space. And the safe space is not a anyway, let me not get into it. Now I'm getting too into it. But the world is run by secrets, beloveds. And those that have those secrets are manipulating people on a family level, at the level of the country and on a global level. And it's like a hierarchy of secrets, beloveds. So many of our politicians, etc., they have the basic, what do you call it? Witchcraft knowledge, of how to manipulate people. I mean, they're deep into the blood sacrifice rituals, beloveds. And so through the blood sacrifice rituals, they literally run, the entire countries, entire societies, and the world. It's all a blood sacrifice system. That's why their leader, their supreme spiritual leader, Jesus, is on a cross dying. They don't celebrate the resurrection, which would be the most amazing thing of that story. And there's a whole secret of that. And it's almost like the psychology is so deep, beloveds. It's like these crusaders have been able to create societies where they convince people to sacrifice their children. Because God sacrificed his only son. I mean, that's how deep this psychosis goes, beloveds. But the world is being run by those who have the secrets. And you see, they recognize, especially Babylon, they recognize the importance of secrets and of withholding information and how much can be done and achieved just by withholding information, which is why 90% of Africa's cultural artifacts are not in Africa right now. They're in Babylon. And Babylon was like, if we can't use it, we're not going to let you use it. It's a very narcissistic kind of situation, beloveds. But the world is run by secrets. And your mind has been booby-trapped to rebuke those secrets. Like those secrets almost make you feel ill. Because in those secrets is your salvation. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Africa.
Welcome back, beloveds, to Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to like, beloveds, and be sure to support, even by liking and sharing, the voices of the Black consciousness movement, because there is a massive, melanated consciousness movement. There's so many young people out there, young and old, who are sharing truths. And, of course, there's a slowdown. They're trying to slow down their kind of, exposure, because what has happened with this whole spiritual movement is you'll notice that they really promote like the Muzungu philosophers and the Muzungu spiritualists and the Muzungu this, but, and it is their platform, so they're free to do that. But this is a platform run by robots, beloved. So there are ways that you can support your own and get their voice more out there. Because, if you look, I don't even want to go too deeply into this, but if you look at a kind of the Black subscribers that have the biggest following, they're not the ones giving you the necessary spiritual food. Maybe if they are, it's like 1, 2, in a million. But the most, it's like lifestyle, gossip, race baiting, kind of to get you angry and, helpless, literally. Those are the kind of channels that are, that the algorithms are promoting. And I am sure, beloveds, that is not where our minds are at as a melanated people. So many people, I mean, even by me, just the emails I get daily, so many people are questioning, so many people are searching, so many people are looking. But you wouldn't think that if you were to look at what they would make you believe. The global melanated people are kind of into and watching stories for other days. But, it's very important that we realize that the world is run by secrets. And the reason I share this is because you have been you have been predisposed, beloveds, to hate the truth and love the lie. Your mind has been flipped and put back to front. And I'm so sorry that happened. But it's really just time to come out of it. And coming out of it, it's not physically painful. It's more mentally agonizing, because your mind always wants to go back because of all the subconscious programming. And how do we heal that subconscious programming? Because the way we are, beloveds, even as you awaken, you have to continuously be absolutely vigilant with yourself to make sure that the enemy, that the enemy is in a me, that the enemy never comes up for air, never comes up for breath. And you have to be vigilant, because that's what's, being created. And that's why I did a show a couple of weeks ago, a special message from the ancestors, where they were saying, can we be trusted? Can we be trusted? Can we trust ourselves? Because the world is run by secrets, beloveds. It's nothing like what it seems. So much is being manipulated behind the scenes, has been manipulated behind the scenes. And now we're seeing the end game. But the end game is unraveling, because there are no more secrets. We're entering, the secret game is over, beloveds. We've entered the sun has returned. The sun of truth, They try to make you think it's S-O-N and it's S-U-N. Stories for other days. But this world is run by what you don't know. The things you don't know are the ones running the world, beloveds. And so you must get to know. Otherwise, you'll be manipulated by those who have even a little more knowledge than you. Or those who possess a little bit more of a secret than you will have more power over you. And that's why I really discourage people from getting readings and going to all these spiritualists. I really discourage that unless you've reached a certain level. Because those people have secret knowledge that you don't have. And many have thrived in the Babylon system. And so many of those who claim to help you are just enslaving you as well. Because they're like, they're already enslaved by the Babylon system. Why not? Why shouldn't I, Because a lot of these people that, you have to develop your power. It's the longer path, beloveds. You have to do the research for yourself. You have to do the reading for yourself. You have to stop asking so many questions outside of yourself. Because when you ask someone a question, you give them power to give you whatever answer they feel. But the good thing is, where everyone needs to be on right now is the fact that this world has been run by secrets. The societies that had those secrets passed them on. Like, many don't know that the 33rd degree of the Freemason is actually the first degree. Up until 33, you're irrelevant. You don't know what's really going on. They don't know how it's such a death, it's such a death society. It's such a dark society, like wicked, diabolical. Because they can only survive on the energy of others. Maybe I'll do a show on blood sacrifice and why blood sacrifice has become such a big thing, so that people can recognize why it happens. But this world is run by secrets, beloveds. And those who have the secrets have power. And it's hierarchy of secrets. Some is just within their community, within their family. They know one little, key. And they use that to reign supreme. So I say this to say that we have entered the era now where there are no more secrets. The secrets no longer have power over you. You can see the lie. You see, because there were so many secrets and, smoke and mirrors, it's like we were all confused in our mind, and there was like a cloud over us. But that spell has broken. But know, beloveds, that the things that sound outrageous to you are probably true. And everything you've been taught is a lie. Otherwise, you'd be in extreme power right now. The world is run by secrets, beloveds. So don't be shocked when those secrets start being revealed. And you see, what you have to do is prepare your mind. I know we talk a lot about prepping physically, but prepping mentally is everything, beloveds. Because when those secrets start to be revealed, it's going to blow people's minds. And some people just won't be able to to handle it. Tuko pamoja.